Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. It's so good to see you. My name is Jeremy Brizell. I am JB. I've worked with the BIC on and off through several STEM weeks and through some of beta over the last several years. It's great to be here. Thanks so much for joining us. We have a great event laying out for us today. The final presentations, the culmination of 6 weeks of intensive STEM work, and then 3D printed unnecessary innovations. I will say, I look forward to that one because I feel like that is really where we're headed. All right, you have an esteemed, grueling panel before you. No one's had any breakfast, so they're in a really foul mood, so be ready to wow them and win them over. Let's meet this surly group. No, they're great, and they're excited to be here. So let's meet them. Linda, if you could introduce yourselves.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, right. I'm Linda Dooley. I'm the president and founder of Dooley & Company, which is a workforce effectiveness consultancy, and also the president and founder of the Dooley Leadership Experience, which is a global professional development organization, both based in the Berkshires.
Fantastic. Leadership in its pure form. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Linda. Peter?
Good morning, everyone. Peter Stasiowski, Director of Communications for Interprint Incorporated. We're an industrial printer for the laminate industry, and I also happen to serve on the Berkshire Innovation Center Board of Directors.
Peter, thanks for being with us. Crystal?
Good morning. My name is Crystal Blake. I am currently an IT manager for General Dynamics Mission Systems, a large defense contractor right here in the Berkshires.
All right, thanks for being with us. Lenny?
My name is Len Light, Vice President at Lenco Armored Vehicles, family-owned manufacturer here in Pittsfield, Mass. And after hearing your introduction, I am now LL, right? Jeremy, President, JB? Well, I'm not Lenny anymore. I'm LL.
We gotta be quick. Gotta get things done. Leah?
Hi, I'm Leah Casucci. I'm the Director of Operations at Synergex, a modern IT company located here in the Berkshires.
Thank you so much. Leah, be with us. And finally, our AI in the house, Dr. D.
Yes. My name is Dr. Dennis Rebello, and I am a professor of technology leadership and management and also author of the book, Story Like You Mean It. Good to see everybody this morning, and looking forward to your progresses.
It's really exciting to be here. It's a tremendous panel across communications, IT, technology, and knowledge base, really based here in the Berkshires. It's an exciting time to be here. We're very excited to hear from you, to see what you have to offer, both unnecessary and necessary. All right, 3D printed unnecessary inventions. Holy moly, bring it up. Is there the demo's right here, right? All right, let's get to it. Holy moly.
Good morning, Sharks. You know, every morning we are tasked to find out what are we going to eat for breakfast. And you know, the majority of Americans say that it's cereal. You know, cereal is just cheap and easy to make. Another food that falls into that category is ramen noodles. You know, some of us are going to college in like 2 weeks, and you know, that's going to be like 90% of our diet. And so the popularity of these two foods has been showing a rise in the bowl industry. And we wanted to break into that industry by making products that would suit those two foods and eliminate any problem you would have while eating them in a normal bowl. Introducing Holy Bowly.
Here we have soggy cereal, soggy ramen.
Oh.
What do both of these crunchy foods have in common? Too much liquid. The Holy Bowly is made with an innovative and cutting-edge design that puts strainers to shame, with an instant liquid draining mechanism that as soon as the liquid levels in your crunchy food of choice get too high, the Holy Bowly ensures that there will be no sog in sight.
No sog whatsoever. Now, as you can see here, this is our rough sketch of what our design process would be. In fact, Lewis, if you would please pass around the bowls. So, yeah, the orange one. Yeah, just take all of them. Just take all of them. Why not?
Take all of them. All right.
Show it to the judges. Now, here we have about half of what the bowl is. So as you can see in the middle, this is the main attraction, we have a mound. So inside the mound there's a tube so that when the liquid is poured into your bowl, it will rise above said mound, having the liquid flow through the tubes, and the second it raises past that like middle part, it will instantly, due to gravity and advanced mathematics, be sucked out of the bowl through a hole in the bottom. And it will instantly drain on your countertop. Perfect. We do suggest you use a sink, though.
Let's do an example with the black and the
Yes.
red.
In fact, we can do a live demonstration.
We need to see this.
Yes. So, if you
Ben,
may
it's just gonna be
please,
right near the electronics, don't worry about it, Ben.
yeah, if you would please offer us the
Do it
black
over the
bowl.
laptop.
One thing that, yes, over the laptop. So one thing that we've done is we have changed the mound height between the black and the orange bowl. This allows for the black bowl to contain more liquid than the orange. So, if we take this orange bowl and we place it on top, let me move this for you, that way you can get a better view.
Obstructed view.
Yes. I'm gonna fill this up, get it past our mound height, have it start draining into the black. Now, mind you, all of this is. More water? More water! It wasn't high enough. Didn't like that.
Well, it got back down to the level you wanted it at.
Yeah, exactly, but, hold on.
Oh, you want the black one?
All right.
Well, as we said, as the demonstration has showed, no more milk, no more ramen broth, just the cereal and the ramen.
Oh, okay.
Is that who it is? You need it sets a level. Okay.
I'm glad to hear that.
Unnecessary thing I've seen today.
Cereal and ramen are very popular in a lot of countries. We are wanted worldwide. For example, we are wanted in China. You can probably already know that. We have Australia, South Africa. We got some Brazil as well in there. And yeah, a lot of more countries there that would want us. So for a price of $2.50, you get our standard model bowl, and for $1 extra, you get our preservative model bowl, and for $1.50, you would get our microplastic free and food safe model bowl. Since these are 3D printed and they aren't.
All right, we may have
eat it.
forgotten to delete something apparently.
Yeah.
Yes, that all of them are food safe. I would like to just point this out. This is an error on my part.
No, this is better, Isaac.
Yes,
You need to pay for the premium of food safe.
Yes, give us your money.
This is competitive price modeling.
Yeah.
Food safe is the new premium.
Yeah, for
In
real.
bowls.
In bowls, yes, in bowls.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a new industry that you haven't even seen yet. Wait till Tupperware's doing it.
Food bowls.
Yes, food
Yes,
safe bowls.
Food safe bowls. Now we would like to turn it over to the sharks with any questions they may have. Thank you.
I'm sure there's a lot of questions for the sharks. I know there's a lot. Well, let's get into it right away. Who's got a question?
What's your margin on these prices?
So I calculated last night that these bowls should take about $1.90 to manufacture, or at least with the 3D printers. With the amount of plastic you used, it took, how long did it take in a 3D printer?
It took about 6 hours to make per bowl, but obviously that's with a small, low-grade printer. If we were to team up with another industry, say, let's say Sabic, their printers are much more high-tech and much more efficient than ours, so they could probably print this in about an hour.
And additionally, I found that with injection molds, we might even be able to get the price down to about 40 cents per bowl. So increasing our profit margins by well above 200%.
Yeah.
And what's the shelf life for a bowl? How long does,
Indefinite. Like Twinkies, these bowls will survive the nuclear apocalypse.
Yes,
dishwasher safe?
Dishwasher,
Yes.
safe,
Yes.
Especially, yes.
yes.
I inadvertently put it in the microwave, safe?
Yes, so these bowls are just our prototypes with 3D printed. When they are manufactured, they will be both dishwasher and microwave safe.
Are all models food safe or just the $5 model?
At this point,
Go with it. Just the $5. There you go. That's the right answer.
Oh, here we have it.
It's on the slide.
if you're buying cheap food, you're saving a lot of money on food. So you will have the extra money to go out and buy a $5 bowl at least once. At least once. It lasts forever unless you break it.
Is there an anticipation that you'll be doing models with different heights so that my cereal for my Lucky Charms and my whole grain cereal doesn't have the same amount of milk?
Yes, absolutely. The mound height it takes about 10 seconds just to like differentiate the heights, and you can get different models out there. Just
I do have to ask, when has soggy ramen been an actual problem?
I personally, as someone who struggles with soggy ramen,
What is the struggle with soggy ramen?
you take your beef ramen, you put it in a bowl of water, you leave it in the microwave. You then proceed to forget about this bowl of ramen for 30 minutes time. This happens to me, and I'm assuming millions of other Americans on a week-to-week basis.
yes.
After leaving your bowl in the microwave full of water and ramen, the ramen noodles absorb so much water, they proceed to expand and get soggy into a gross consistency. No one wants to eat ramen like that. People like their ramen slightly al dente, maybe with an egg, but definitely not soggy. So this is a solution to
This is
all
for
American
the
people.
absent-minded ramen eater.
Yes, and,
Okay.
and one other thing
That's a
I'd like to
legitimate
add
answer. Thank you.
is not all people like the broth with the ramen, so they'll have to go through the trouble of going to the sink, grabbing a fork or something to cover it up and tilt it, and then maybe they don't get all of it out, so it takes like a minute or so. As you can see with our bowls, it takes about 10 seconds.
Have you heard of spoons?
Yes.
Yes, but
We
let's
hope-
be honest, not everyone has spoons.
Not everyone has spoons.
Especially if you're going to college. Sometimes you have to make some cutbacks.
That is your wheelhouse. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm occupied too much.
Did you go through multiple design iterations to get to your final design?
And we did have to do a couple iterations for just to test out the mound, because it's like an exact science to how it works. You have to get it just right, so it's not always perfect. Sadly, those have been lost to time. So we do not have them with us at the moment, but they were made, and I do promise you, eventually they did work, as you can see.
Additionally, we also tested out different levels of infill inside the Holy Bowly to see if we could potentially manufacture it to be cheaper. Unfortunately, we found that by reducing the infill in the product too much, the Holy Bowly no longer had the level of durability that we would like our product to have. So ultimately, we decided at around a 90% infill.
Yes. And infill is just how hollow or solid it is on the inside.
In conducting your market research for this, was there any members of your focus group which were put off by the religious overtones of your brand name?
Well,
Yes, specifically Canada. Yes, as you could see, they weren't interested. There was two reasons. One, the holy part, they were a little put off by that. Second, they were a little concerned that the water would immediately freeze as it gets on their countertops.
I'm very interested in the color selections you're offering. A little disappointed. I'm not seeing a color I really like. But what led to the selection of these colors? That's red. That looks red to me.
It's red orange. It's a reddish orange, I'll be honest. But for us, we only had a limited selection of infill that we could use. So, what's some kind of like 3D modeling, just like paste that it could use. So these were very limited selections of color that we could use. Obviously, I would like if I was to make another orange bowl, not as much red. Honestly, I would say the orange the reddish orange is one of my favorite. I feel like the orange for a bowl actually came out really well, and I loved the design. Any more questions from the Sharks?
Holy bowly,
Since
everyone.
they don't use
Oh, sorry.
spoons-
Sorry. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Since you don't use spoons, I just wanted to know how much of the spoon actually can work in that bowl. Because we're not looking at tablespoons here. Yes. We are solely looking at teaspoons.
so I would like to point out the upper 50% of the bowl all has the capacity to support spoon usage. It is only when you get to the height of the mound that it no longer can support spoon usage, which ultimately decreases plastic use altogether. Because you are using a spoon in only half the bowl, and the other half of the bowl can be eaten with your mouth. No spoon involved.
Another thing is that the spoon really can just be used in like a roundabout way. Like you just spin it around or just go around. The mound isn't going to be in the way too much. You just can't get to the center of the bowl. But luckily for you, there's no food in the center of the bowl, so why do you need to go there?
Yeah, amazing. Holy bowly,
Holy
everybody.
bowly.
Really amazing. Clean up your mess, Holy bowly. That is Isaac, Izzy, Luis, and Ryan.
Go with the food safe bowl.
It's on. No, I've done it. Oh my goodness. You're right. It absolutely doesn't.
Bailey, Jason, Gail, Julian, and Mark are ice bands.
Ice band.
Either a Norwegian rock band.
Hello. Before we continue, we'd like to introduce ourselves.
My name is Jason. I am an upcoming senior at DeConic. You can go on, take it away.
My name is Bailey. I am going to the University of West Florida.
I'm Julian. I'm going to University of Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Mark. I go to Monument. I'll be a senior this year.
I'm Gael. I'm a junior at DeConic.
Say you're laying in the lawn chair out by the pool or by the beach or whatever, and you want to be on your phone or whatever, enjoying the sun, getting a tan or whatever. You can multitask, and you don't have to hold your ice pop. You can just lay there in the nice hot sun.
We also have scissors on our headband so that if opening it is so hard, hands suck, we have scissors that aid you in opening the ice pop, and they come on the headband very conveniently.
Yeah, and while you have your ice pop dangling from your mouth, you got another one on the side that you can access for quick reload when you need it, when you're done. You really don't need this product. I mean, it's pretty cool, but I mean, we worked really, really hard on it. We had many designs, we had many trials and errors, a lot of errors.
But it's so awesome.
But it's really, it is really cool.
It's perfectly unnecessary. I think it's
All right, now you
All right,
two.
then.
Take it away.
I like a nice pop anyway, but I get the giant hand.
This place, it goes on like this.
Yeah, move the thing to the side. So the clips are modular. You can add more clips as you want.
Oh my god. Keep fast.
I got it. I'm guessing you guys are wondering what's this big fish right here, right? So how it works, it comes with the scissors.
The scissors.
Right? Very nice and compatible, actually. It's very, very nice. So you just cut a little slip, right? Just goes like this.
You might want to put it up higher on your head.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Feel this from your...
It's a very one-person thing.
So you're eating it already?
Two-person job.
Doesn't come with a smock.
It takes time and practice to make it.
Yeah. You just need to be better at it. It's a skill issue.
It's a skill issue.
That's great.
It's a two-person job.
Almost had it. Okay, almost had it.
Oh, now he's completely gay.
There you
The
go.
clip is removable, so it's easy to clip it on.
It's a three-person job.
Yeah, that's just great.
Who doesn't like having ice pops with friends?
What three people?
Ice pop.
You don't want to have it alone.
How many hands do we have involved now for the no
Oh,
hands?
there it is. There it is.
They just suck
Oh, the clip's got to come off first.
So we went through a lot of design iterations to get the best invention ever. This was a scissors holder, and this was an old clip that we tried to use, but it didn't work. Mark famously broke our original clip, and yeah, that was unfortunate.
I just wanted to see how flexible it was.
We wanted the headband to hold the popsicles. We wanted scissors to be easily accessible. We originally tried having like nubs like on a hat, like where you clip it on the back, but that wouldn't work with the 3D printing technique. It would cause overhangs, and with the material we're using, it wouldn't work. We had a bunch of name ideas like Cool Snaps, Noggin Cooler, Poolsicle,
Popsicle pal.
the Popsicle Pal, but that was trademarked, fun fact. Popsicle is trademarked. We could not use that, but this is a render of the headband. You can see it beautifully demonstrated on Jason's head. These are the clips. The one on the right is the one for the popsicle holder, and the one on the left is for the scissors.
And they just slide on.
They just slide on, and we'll sell more of them as different attachments. The headband we printed in TPU, which is a flexible material. That costs and using a generic TPU from like AliExpress, that costs $1.92. Add-on materials for the clips, that's 34 cents. The scissors we found for 1 cent. The Velcro is 16 cents. Plus the fish clip, which, that was $1.25. So it all equals $3.68. And so with 150% profit margin, we'd do $5.52, making it a total price of $9.20. Some of the challenges we faced were headband size with the printer. We were going to originally print it flat, but then we decided to do it in a spiral. We want to market it so you can keep on sucking without your hands. Clips versus Velcro, we decided on Velcro at the end of the day because it's easier to utilize and incorporate. And the ice clip, that was one of the hardest things. It's still hard for people to get the grasp of that, but that's simply a skill issue. As you see, I beautifully got it in one try, so thank you.
All right. Ice bands. questions?
So I have to use hands for the scissors.
If you have telepathic powers, you don't need to do anything at all. You can just like get it on your head. It's Linda Dooley, I wouldn't put it past you. I think you're really capable of doing that. So I think you're our prime target.
But I like the color of the popsicle, so, okay. We see the popsicle color. Very good selection there.
Dr. D, okay?
What
You
did you
gotta
do?
check in? I don't know.
What did you do?
I'm not sure what happened.
Laughing.
Do you have any questions, Doc? Was the clip magnetic?
We're all about quality here at Iceman. And so we have strong neodymium magnets.
Ah.
Right by your brain.
Right by your brain.
Yes.
It gives you magnet therapy while
Sweet.
you suck.
And ice cold everything too.
Freezing the brain.
Yeah, and if you want to get rid of your brain freezes, boom.
Yeah.
Right there.
Did you manufacture the clip, or that was the AliExpress?
That's a separate thing. But
Sold separately.
But you could. It could be a lobster. It could be a ski. Could be any. It could be like that's where the bang for the buck is. You personalize it, right? You totally planned on a complete line of personalizations. Okay.
we also have some scarier designs in plan so that, your ice pops are all for yourself. You have some scary face on you. No children's going to walk around you because you have all the ice pops to yourself.
Sharks, any other questions?
What are your next steps?
So we've already got our product in like 134 stores across the country from Maine to California. We got everything. We've already had $40 million in income.
Oh.
Yeah. It's growing pretty big. That's in the last 3 months. We've made over $20 million.
And the popsicle manufacturer that you are partnering with is whom?
We don't have a specific partner. It's open source. You can put any popsicle in there, and it fits right in. Modularity.
All right, Ice Bands, thank you so much. Great job. Absolutely unnecessary. Well done. That was the goal. So we have had Holy Bowly. We've had Ice Bands. We're going to stay with that theme. The next team is Daniel, Ava, Ranger, Nathan, and John. And they are bottle caps. Here they come. Bottle caps is on the way.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm here to present to you our company, Bottle Caps. A problem we've run into quite frequently in this program is with everybody in here and all these water bottles, there's an awful lot of mixing water bottles up. So I'll give you a brief demonstration of just how easy it is to mix up bottles. Like, they could just get set down anywhere and stuff. So who can find their water bottle?
That's not right.
Little did Ranger know, that water bottle could have had Silver Lake water in it. It could have had microbes. It could have had all sorts of nasty stuff in it. If you didn't, I'll re-show you what it's like, but with bottle caps. Everybody find
There it is. Bottle caps. Nice.
My name is Daniel Warren.
I'm Ava.
Nathan. I'm Ranger.
I'm John.
I'm just going to tell you a quick little bit more about bottle caps. The idea that we had when we were making this, we needed to find a way to differentiate a water bottle that is seemingly identical to thousands of other water bottles. It's a problem that we personally have struggled with, and we thought that a hat or a cap for your bottle would be the most effective way to do this. So we can pass out some of our prototypes now.
We give them water bottles.
If any of them don't fit, we have a water bottle.
We have the water bottle that we started with.
No, it's not standard size. That's why it's unnecessary. It only works on one specific water bottle. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the demographics. It was especially an issue during the beta program because there's 18 of us, and there would just be, we would just leave water bottles and no one would know which one was theirs, so there would just be a bunch of drank water bottles laying around the BIC. So we thought maybe a hat would fix it, but they only work on one water bottle, so.
Apart from the demographics, there's got to be marketing, of course. So we'd sell a pack of 4 for $5, with a retail price of 1 for $1.50. It costs $1.90 to make one of them, $1.25 for the PLA, 60 cents for the pom-poms that we put on most of them, and 5 cents for the string tassel on the fez. This would give us a profit margin of 283% with $3.09 of profit.
Did I hear you right that you said it costs $1.90 to make one of them? Or
That's
is it
for-
for
That's all 4. We printed all 4 together.
Want to be sure. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so wait a minute, how do I? Okay. So our original design featured a ring that would fit around the cap, and it was a smaller ring with four teeth. So it did fit around the cap, but only with the ring, not with the full design. So our next design was a larger ring with more teeth, and we used the same parameters for the rest of our designs. The party hat, fez, crown, and top hat. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
That's it, bottle caps, huh? All right, thank you, bottle caps. Sharks, questions? So you said it only fits those, but it fit these as well. It seems like it's not as unnecessary as you hoped.
So yeah, just to clarify, the reason we did not print more of the hats in color is the red filament that we used might have been a little bit older. Possibly there could have been a hydration, like a humidity air malfunction with the PLA filament that we used. But ideally we would have, more red fezzes and, a gold crown. But the black filament was the best quality that we could get with the circumstances.
I noticed there was no labor cost in your costs there.
Labor costs would be
It's coming up with over here.
labor costs would be something that we would have to look into when we mass produce these, but with the 280% profit margin that we have with the 4-pack, it gives us a little bit of wiggle room to keep those things in mind.
Would they be customizable? Like, could I put a logo on one of these?
Yeah, this isn't as unnecessary as it should be.
Then it's necessary.
Not necessarily logos, but we would sell like the pom-poms separately, or so you
Customize.
yeah, so you can customize, because if we just print in black, they all look the same.
Had you considered, for the company name Bottle Caps, had you considered spelling caps with a Z instead of an S?
God, dude.
And did you think that would confuse your customers if you did that?
We're not that hip.
Okay.
It's fair question.
Other questions from the Sharks? So it's not customizable for logos or other thing? Nope.
One thing we were thinking about doing is selling just the parameters for the cap, as in like, so we took a base model, like a base product, and built a hat around it. So we could sell that, just the ring. We have, I can show you, we printed these out for testing, and basically they would fit on top of the logo. I don't think this one will fit because it's a prototype. But we could sell just this or a download file of this, and potentially customers could 3D print their logo or their own hats for their own water bottles.
All right, that's Bottle Caps, everybody. Lenco on a top hat? Like, who wouldn't put that on? Like, I mean, so I'm just, let's see, things to do. Buy what's around. Develop bottle cap logo. Thanks, you guys doing great. And this is the introduction to business.
I'm going to do bottle cap.
Phenomenal work. Not as unnecessary. None of these have been fully unnecessary, which is great. Finally, we have one more team, Buttercutter. Come on up, Buttercutter. We're going to go down to the Cape and use us some Buttercutter. This is Ben, Bella, Em, and Noah.
Hello, everyone. Today, we will be presenting the newest force in the butter cutting industry, the Buttercutter. But first, let us introduce ourselves. So my name is Ben Kleinman. As you might have already picked up, I'm a senior at Monument Mountain, as well as self-appointed project coordinator of the Butter Cutter.
Very good.
I'm Em. I go to Bart Charter, and I am the presentation manager.
I'm Noah. I'm a rising senior at McCann Tech, and I'm the lead CAD designer for the Butter Cutter.
I'm Bella. I'm going to my junior year at Pittsfield High School, and I was a graphic designer.
Great. Now, it's not going to start immediately. Okay, great. So, what is the Butter Cutter? That's a great question, and I'm really glad you guys asked. So, I have a very special guest that I'd like to answer that question for you. Please press play.
Look at this stick of butter. Does this ignite your imagination of possible butter arrangements? Well, now it can with the Butter Cutter. With one simple motion, this mundane stick can be transformed into uniform sliced butter, making application easy. I ask you, what's the worst part about dealing with butter? Getting it all over your hands. Well, now that doesn't have to be a problem. Just take the Butter Cutter, line it up, push it through the stick, just like that. Flip it over, take the Butter Cutter, push it through, and just like that, you have 12 uniform butter patties, ready for any serving, cooking, or charcuterie board making you have in store. Now, when it's time to clean up, simply run both parts under some warm water with some soap, and they're ready for the next use.
Thanks, Ben. All right. Complete it. Please. Well, there it is, the Butter Cutter, a portable, lightweight device that lets your imagination run wild. These two parts were both 3D printed with high-grade resin material to make your life in the kitchen easier. Now, this did not happen overnight. We went through many different designs and models, testing the flexibility, the strength, the cutting ability of what would later become the final butter cutting model. Our designer, Noah, will take you through that process.
The Butter Cutter went through multiple variations. I mostly just adjusted it based on trial and error to see what works and if the Butter Cutter would break or not. And you might be asking yourself what this design is right here. Well, we have more than just the straight line Butter Cutter down here. We have this one that cuts butter into grid shapes. Why? Because it's unnecessary.
Now, we were going to present that, but we thought it might be too powerful for the market. We want to ease them into this new industry, and so we're keeping that in R&D for the moment.
Yeah, we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket. We want to kind of like distribute. And we plan to make other designs as well, like maybe stars or triangles, you know, unnecessary shapes.
So true.
And Bella designed the logo here, so she can tell you about that.
So for the first logo up here, it didn't look too much like butter. And then this was the second one. We were getting the shape right, but the font wasn't good, and we were missing something. So I added an outline, and we made the bottom of the butter melting. But we just did not like the butter melting, so we went down to this one, where it has a perfect font, it has a straight bottom, and we decided that that was a perfect one for us.
Yeah, we really love that one. Thanks, Bella. So, as I said before, these models are 3D printed, but more specifically, these are 3D printed with a UV-sensitive liquid polymer in the Formlabs Form 3 printer right upstairs here in the BIC. After it was printed, it was put in a bath of isopropyl alcohol, which dissolved any uncured resin from the model that had stuck during the printing process. And then it went through a final curing and hardening phase under UV light. Now, in total, this print took 137 milliliters of high-temp V2 resin. The handle itself, the pusher-through, that's what this is called, weighs exactly 27 grams. And the cutter itself is 141 grams. Now, Emma's going to take you through some more specific dimensions and features of the product.
Okay, so for the features, You ever pull a hard stick of butter out of the fridge and you really just want to start baking? Well, it's microwavable. So you can microwave your butter for a little bit and slice it through. And it's easily cleaned. You just drop it into some warm water and poof, all the butter is gone off of it. It's very flexible and durable, but light. So you can bring it traveling with you if you ever need to bring a butter cutter. So the dimensions, it cuts 12 patties that are 9 millimeters thick. The pusher througher is 105 by 45 millimeters, and the cutter is 200 by 77 milliliters.
And so that's it, a little disclaimer. There was a late night terrorist attack by my cat on the butter cutter, so there's a slight bit of damage. It's nothing to worry about. Shouldn't be a daily occurrence in the kitchen. And that's it, thank you.
I want to know the process of naming this, the push it through.
Well, we had the butter
Sounds like
cutter.
my Italian grandmother. That's why I'm very fascinated.
I really
push
appreciate
it
that.
through.
So we had the butter cutter. That was Noah's idea, by the way. The butter cutter. And so when we had this handled, we basically needed something to push the butter through the device. And we said, okay, let's keep a theme here, right? And so we had, well, what is it doing? It's pushing this thing through. A pusher through. It stays uniform with the butter cutter name, and it really just comes together as a unit.
What do you guys have against the letter E and the letter R?
Well, when I was coming up with the name, I originally thought butter cutter would be better, but then I thought about it more and I'm like, do I really want to say butter cutter rather than butter cutter? It just it rolls off the tongue better, so.
Really appeals to the younger demographic, which is
Yeah.
a struggling demographic for us.
I just went with my gut and butter cutter was born.
Seems like the Boston area is just a natural fit for the butter cutter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, it's neither one stick wide nor two sticks wide. How do we end up on this width?
Well, we just want to accommodate any sort of, ununiform stick. There's a lot of different sticks of butter out in the market right now. We want it to be as accommodating as possible.
You could rotate it to julienne the butter.
Ooh. It even works with bananas too, but we didn't want to market it with that. We wanted to, stick to the butter. But bananas work too. Just
cream cheese.
multi-use tool.
So would you think to the future of branching out into those other markets?
Oh, yeah.
And would you need to rebrand if you did?
Oh yeah, we'd have to come up with a whole new name.
I'm buying Banana Slamma.
Someone write that down right now.
Any other questions for the team known as Butter Cutter?
Did you speak to the profit? Did I miss that? I may
Yeah,
have been
they did
looking
have
at
that.
So that is a great observation. Yeah, we do not have a retail price at the moment. So the thing about this resin is it's very high quality, but it's not very cost effective. For our main production line, we want to go with a different material, with a similar quality, with similar characteristics, but with more value. And so that's currently in R&D right now.
All right, the Butter Cutter team, everyone. There's nobody at this table that's done working or learning. No one in a space like this. There's no right. There's a right now, and there's a process. And the more you live in that space, just across the board, communicating, science, STEM, your life takes a scope that's different. It's a better way to be. So with that in mind, now there's a winner. Which is also what life's about. It's not at all. Everybody's a winner in here for real, and I don't mean that. It sounds trite and it's cliche, but it's absolutely not true. I mean, it's absolutely true that you are all winners here. And that we are too, just to be around you, because, it's amazing. This was amazing. So, the scores were pretty close, but with a final score of 212, Team Bottle Caps takes this round. Yes. Team Bottle Caps.
So I would like to thank the panel for coming and spending time here today. I would like to thank you guys for spending time throughout the 6 weeks. This has been an amazing six weeks. I've had a wonderful time with these 18 students and watching them grow and collaborate and come together. And especially as they met with you or came to your companies, I'm glad that you got to see them at the end so you could see them at their best selves and as a true team. And I will miss them.